Hey guys, welcome back to this place. Stop it. If you're new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen.
I'm Calvin.
Oh yeah.
I'm here too. Hi guys. It's only been like almost 40 episodes.
Sorry. I'm just going through my usual thing.
Mm-hmm. She's a bit tired. Mm-hmm. She just chugged a Dr. Pepper. So, tired, sugar rush. Let's see what wins.
Anyway, today we are watching season 2, episode 15, I believe, of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Last episode, we discovered that the world of Avatar and the world of Westworld have a little bit more in common than you might think.
Is this like one of those internet articles that you have to like click through 20 pages of meaningless peripheral before?
Are you saying our intro is meaningless?
No, I'm saying
peripheral?
the way of you saying that is like the world of Avatar and Westworld have more in common than you think. And then you just don't get to the point.
Essentially, we have discovered that Ba Sing Se is not the paradise that it purports itself to be. In fact, it's a very Westworldian sort of place where you are very much on a loop that you have to stay on and you can't deviate, or you are...
It's not really about loops. It's just
brainwashed and put back on your loop.
Controlling information. Not everyone is brainwashed.
No,
I should say
that
is an important distinction to make. People are aware there is a war. That's why they're afraid of talking about it.
Yeah, I know. And I know that they are told that they're safe in the city of in the walls of Ba Sing Se, so that
that's the mantra that they're perpetuating.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about it because then they get taken to the prison where they're reminded that they're safe within the walls of Ba Sing Se, and they can't really say anything else.
There is no war
in the walls. They don't deny that there's a war outside of the walls. They just don't want it to tarnish their city. And I mean, there's a huge wealth disparity. There's a lot of messed up things about here's where the poor people are, here's where the middle class are, here's where the rich people are. That is where we left off though, so let's just see where we're going in this episode.
To the tea shop.
I bet Iroh would have good tea. I would drink his tea.
It's the best tea in Ba Sing Se.
Mood.
Toph, aren't you gonna get ready for the day?
Less of a mood.
You know what we need? A girl's day out. Do I have to?
She has so much hair.
Fun.
What?
Just thinking about your hair earlier.
Rude. They're holding her down. Oh.
Wow, great makeup. Thanks. For a clown.
Okay.
I think she looks cute. Like that time you put a sweater on your pet poodle monkey.
Good one, Star.
She could kick your ass so easily.
No. That was a good one. Like your poodle monkey.
She's gonna kick
You know
their
what
ass.
else is a good one?
Yep. Deserved, honestly.
Those girls don't know what they're talking about.
Kind of love it.
It's okay. One of the good things about being blind is that I don't have to waste my time worrying about appearances. I don't care what I look like. I'm not looking for anyone's approval. I know who I am.
That's what I really admire about you, Toph.
I think
You're so strong and confident.
she kind of does
for
care,
sure.
though.
You're really pretty.
I am?
Yeah, you are.
Tail Iroh. It's gonna be a a tale of tea.
No, it's not a romantic picnic, but it is a special occasion.
Oh,
It's okay.
he's so upset. Oh, he got a little snap up.
You care about the baby until you see a snot
No,
bubble.
it's so cute.
Little soldier boy, come marching home. Brave soldier boy comes marching home.
Oh.
Huge!
It is usually best to admit mistakes when they occur, and to seek to restore honor.
When I'm through with you kids, the window won't be the only thing that's broken!
Run.
Not this time.
Yeah.
Run!
Give me all your money.
What are you doing?
I'm mugging you.
With that stance?
What? What are you talking about? Just give me your money, old man!
With a poor stance, you are unbalanced and you can be easily knocked over. With a solid stance,
Don't
you
teach
are
him how to be a
much
better
more
mugger.
serious threat. Happy birthday, my son.
Aww.
If only I could have helped you. Leaves from the vine, falling so slow, like fragile, tiny shells drifting in the foam. Little soldier boy, come marching home. Brave soldier boy comes marching home.
I thought it was gonna be like a cute tea story. Oh, animals.
Hey there, fella. You look hungry.
Okay. Oh. So roly-poly.
Ooh, that's a rabaroo. I wish I could get her a big open prairie like she likes. And let her hop her way to happiness.
Let's do it.
Say again?
There's a big open space right outside the walls of the city.
Oh no, that guy's cabbages. Is it?
Oh, forget it.
He's giving up. And I don't think you're good with animals.
Maybe do the animals one at a time.
Yeah, right. Is he just building like a cool habitat for them? Yeah. That's cool. I love it. Its little ears were in the water. They're so cute.
What's this?
Through all the long night, winter moon glows with bright love. Sleet her silver tears.
Poetry. I am so sorry. Something struck me in the rear. I just wound up here.
Poetry.
They call me Sokka, that is, in the water tribe. I am not an oaf.
Chittering monkey. In the spring he climbs treetops and thinks himself tall.
You think you're so smart with your fancy little words? This is not so hard. calls it easy. Like I paddle my canoe, I'll paddle yours too.
You can't say these things.
Squish squash, sling that slang. I'm always right back at you. Like my boomerang.
Okay, hers are clearly
Better.
superior.
Yes.
Sokka, it's pronounced with an aka. Young ladies, I rocked ya.
That's one too many syllables there, bub.
I like how that's what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like,
One of the customers is onto us. Don't look now, but there is a girl over there at the corner table. She knows we're Fire Nation.
or she likes you.
Seems to me she has quite a little crush on you.
What?
Thank you for the tea. What's your name?
My name's Lee. My uncle and I just moved here.
I was wondering if you would like to go out sometime.
He'd love to.
Great. I'll meet you in front of the shop at sundown.
Poor Zuko.
What do you mean, poor Zuko?
Oh my god, his hair! No, it's...
You look so cute.
It took my uncle 10 minutes to do my hair.
It looks way better like this. Trust me.
What do you like to do for fun?
Nothing.
Excuse me, sir. Would you and your girlfriend care for dessert?
She is not my girlfriend!
Oh, Zuko, you don't say that on a date, hun.
You have quite an appetite for a girl.
Don't say that either.
Oh, why were you traveling so much?
We were, part of this traveling circus.
Really? What did you do? Wait, let me guess. You juggled.
Yes, I juggled.
Oh god, she's gonna want to see you.
Can you show me something?
Yep.
Whoa! I haven't practiced for a while.
I can't believe it. They aren't lit.
I feel like she's a little sus. I mean, I hope she just likes him, but like, she's asking a lot of questions, which is normal for a date, but like, I don't know. This is 0% subtle as well. Like,
now you can look.
Oh, wow.
I brought you something. It's a coupon for a free cup of tea.
what is wrong with him?
I have something for you, too. Now it's your turn to close your eyes.
It was so awkward.
How was your night, Prince Zuko?
It was nice.
It's cute. Momo gets his own tail? That's Appa hair. Can he find him with it? It's a trick, I think. Yeah. Momo, fly! What? Momo, you're tiny. Squeeze through. Oh, let the kitties out. I don't want them to get eaten either. Y'all be good kitties now. Okay, good. Now they're friends. Oh, now they're friends. The kitty knows where Appa is. It can track the scent, right? They're waiting. They're like, come, we have something to show you. It's an Appa track. It's like the land before time. Have you seen that? So I think that episode went by really quickly because of the framing of the story, I guess. Is that, I don't know if that's the proper terminology, but the way that they had the story framed. The way that they told the story just made it, facilitated it to the episode to go by really quickly, because it's just it's almost just like these small moments with each character.
They're like a collection of smaller stories that didn't really have like
a whole episodes.
Yeah. They didn't really have a place in any of the other episodes, but they wanted to tell them.
Yeah.
So they just made it kind of like a anthology episode.
Yeah. I really like the idea of that. Like, I would love to see that in other shows, you know, like, oh, this is like a cool little storyline that didn't really, or moment that didn't need to be fully developed, but we still would like you to have it for like a character moment. I really like seeing all of the character moments. I really liked Toph and Katara getting that moment of bonding where we see Toph being vulnerable and Katara being reassuring. I really enjoyed that moment because we don't see Toph allowing herself to be vulnerable very much, which makes sense because she was born...
She's a very closed-off person.
Well, yeah, and she was born very vulnerable already, so it makes sense that she would have built these walls to sort of protect herself. It's cool to see Katara being able to sort of like chip away at the wall and to get to what's underneath. I like that her blindness isn't a disability to her. It's just a different way that she adapts to the world around her. But I also like that they allow her to have these moments of vulnerability. Because it makes sense. It's just fully fleshing out a character, right? To have this is who they portray themselves to be. This is the image they project. This is who they really are. Like underneath all of it. So I mean, obviously we should just get it out of the way just in case we get emotional again and talk about Iroh's little scene. His was obviously the most impactful throughout the whole episode, I think. And his scene, I kind of hate it because, not hate it, but like when he's singing to the little boy, I was thinking of Iroh being a father, you know, and how he was a father to Zuko and his own son. And like, this is something that he's, you know, very familiar with, a crying little boy. And I didn't expect for them to turn it around into such like an emotional moment, because he's singing about the soldier and I'm just like, oh yeah, he's just singing a war song, like, you know, a song that's probably pretty common to this world, and I'm not thinking about the fact of his son and all of that stuff, and then they make you think of that, and it's just really sad. Because did he say what did he say when he lit the candle? Did he say happy birthday? Yeah, happy birthday. So I don't know, his son was handsome, I'll say that. I would like to see like a flashback maybe where we got to see more of his son. I'm trying to like talk about it without like crying, because it didn't hit me because I didn't know what was coming, so it didn't hit me until like after that scene. And then I think that maybe, I don't know, I missed half of Aang's scene, although it's not super important really, but I missed like some of it because I'm just thinking about the scene that came before with Iroh and his son, and it's just very sad, you know. And he's singing about like a soldier coming home, but his son didn't come home. I don't know, it's very sad.
Yep.
So I liked it though. I liked seeing that moment from Iroh. I just thought his thing was going to be a little short about tea or something. I don't know, something silly, because what we had seen before was silly, you know. They really went for the emotional whiplash though in this one.
That's just something I wanted to read up on a bit more, so I didn't get it wrong.
You need me to read it?
The voice actor who plays Uncle Iroh actually passed away.
I was gonna say I saw that it said like in memory of Mako. Is that his name?
Yeah, he actually passed away in 2006, partway through the production of season 2.
Oh really?
Yeah. So there's a couple lines in here, specifically the lines when he was in the little playground with the kids. Greg Baldwin actually filled in for some of those lines. Yeah. And for season 3, he finishes out the role.
So it's a different voice actor.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that it was a different voice actor. He does the voice of
he does pretty well.
Mako's voice quite well.
Yeah. Greg Baldwin is actually Mako's student.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a very sad episode. It's okay. Makes everybody cry.
I could have waited till like later. I didn't know all of that. Obviously, I was just like, oh, the sad Iroh. I usually, when I cry about something, I either wait till the very end to talk about it because I'm trying to collect myself, or I just go ahead and talk about it so I can get the crying out of the way.
I was gonna cry either way. It's hard to hold it back when I know it's coming.
Do you need a minute before we finish talking about it? Because sometimes I do that. I take a minute.
Maybe. It always gets me.
That scene, like I said, that scene got me. And then, like, the way that Iroh breaks as he's singing it. And then I was way more emotional about the animals later. Because I'm still emotional from that. And I'm like, fuck this.
I love this episode, but the other stories, like...
They should have made Iroh's the last one, I feel. Because you kind of do miss some of Aang's, and like it kind of makes the others seem a little bit trivial.
To be fair, Aang's and Zuko's, they don't matter at all.
I feel like... Really? I liked Zuko's. I felt like Sokka's was more irrelevant.
Sorry, I meant Sokka's.
Okay. Because I was
Aang and Sokka's were
they
more
were
than
just
anything.
There to...
Like the Katara and Toph, the Zuko and the Iroh stories were really the ones that like advanced characters and stuff like that.
There was like moments that you can take into other episodes regarding who the characters are and what they're going through and stuff. Whereas Aang's was cute. Again, I feel like I say this every episode. They just love to show off all of their strange animal creations, and like I'm okay with it. The bunny, I almost said the bunny rabbit. That's a thing that exists in this world. The Rabbit-roo. I fucking want one. I want that to be real so bad. I can't express it. They're so cute when the little babies
But it's
pop
like
up.
4 feet tall, babe.
I don't care.
It's
I want
almost
it.
like if it stood up on its tail, it would be taller than you.
That would be amazing. I could hug it. And its big floppy ears, like come on, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And the cat, it's not
the little pouch with the babies.
I know.
I love how they were like poop poop like that, and they're like like you just.
I couldn't handle it. It was too cute. I wasn't expecting it, which is silly because I know that kangaroos carry little baby roos in their pouches.
I know, but it's a rabbit-roo. So it like throws you for a curve. It's like what aspects of the animal did they keep and what did they throw away? Obviously, the cute ones they're gonna keep.
Yeah, the cabbage guy has returned. I love that like running theme of like this poor guy. He's just like trying to sell his cabbages and he's so proud of them. And like Aang shows up and his cabbages are just gone. Like, although I love that like he's so done with it at this point.
My cab! Forget it.
Yeah. He's like, you know what? Whatever. Like this has to be like a new crop that he just got too, because they just got destroyed right before they came to Ba Sing Se. Remember, like, he was trying to bring them on the ship, and they're like, oh, we can't have any cabbages on the ship because these bugs could get on the ship. And so that thing was destroying all his cabbages before. And then now we're in Ba Sing Se. He probably just got this new shipment, or he just grew these. I don't know. It probably takes a really long time for a cabbage to grow, to be fair. Maybe he just got like a new shipment from wherever he had like been growing them. Somebody sent them to him, and he's like, well, yeah, go sell all these cabbages. And then this Rabbaroo was like, I'm gonna eat all these cabbages.
Yeah.
It was funny. I think that they put that scene after the Iroh scene because they knew that you didn't have to pay too much attention to it. You could just kind of watch it and be like, okay. You know, because I think they knew that was going to hit people, and they wanted to, like, save, like, Zuko. You want to pay a little bit more attention to his.
Yeah.
And
you need a break.
Yeah.
Between. Yep.
And it's like cute animals. Like, come on, we're gonna make you happy again. Like, look at these cute fucking animals. Look at this.
No, don't stop watching. Don't stop watching. Here's this.
Here's
happy.
Here's a lion or some big cat thing, and not a roly-poly. But it wasn't like a roly-poly. An armadillo, which, to be fair, they're just the animal version of a roly-poly.
Okay, for people who don't know what a roly-poly is.
Everybody knows what a roly-poly is.
No, it's a very regional thing.
It's a pill bug, right? Isn't that what they're called?
That's literally what they're named.
Okay.
Pill bug.
Pill bug. Or, if you're from Florida, we call them roly-polies. I don't know what y'all call them. Do Ohioans call them roly-polies? Pill bugs? We always call them roly-polies.
I can't remember what...
Let us know in the comments below if you also call them roly-polies.
Pillbug goes by many names: roly-poly, woodlouse, armadillo bug, potato bug, whatever you call this crustacean. It's both fascinating and gross.
They're cute. We used to hold them in our hands as kids, and they would just roll.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's cool how Aang set up the little outdoor habitat.
It's like a nature preserve.
Yeah. Rather than...
Because you can't use that for farmland now.
No. But rather than like a zoo where they're in cages and they don't have any room to roam or anything like that. I think that was cool. It made me sad in general because it kind of gave me like Tiger King vibes.
It's the difference between like...
It's not even a zoo really, because it's like Tiger King more, right?
Yeah.
Where
They're
they don't...
literal cages, not even like enclosures.
Yeah, because zoos are good, actually. Zoos are very... like, true accredited zoos are good for animals. They're not... And animals who... And a lot of times animals who've been raised in captivity can never be released into the wild, so they need a place to be able to live their life. Zoos are good. We are in favor of zoos. I'm not saying zoos... But zoos like the guy from Tiger King. Zoos.
Properly run zoos are very good for conservation efforts, for rare species, and promoting conservative, like, not like politically conservative, but like conservation in wildlife.
Yeah.
And like any kind of wildlife habitat, like rainforest or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you take your kids to the zoo and they see a bunch of cool animals, but also like, oh yeah, like there's some people who are doing some illegal shit that are killing this animal's home. And then that kid grows up and is like, yeah, we should take care of the animals.
They care because, like, I will say that's the only thing that I
like, if you can see the animal, it has a lot more impact on you than a picture of the animal.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that's the only thing I really I don't agree with anything that Joe Exotic on Tiger King did with any of the animals. It's horrible. It's horrific. Taking those little baby tigers away from their parent. Honestly, it's gonna make me, it's very sad to me. Anyway, but he said something that he said was similar to that. He's like, you know, if somebody can hold like a baby tiger, then it's real to them. They care what happens to it, you know, which ironically he didn't, because he would kill, you know, I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but I don't agree with that. I understand the desire to pet a tiger cub because I love cats and I would pet a full-grown tiger if I could and it wouldn't murder me, you know, but I understand that that's not actually possible. But I do think there is something really powerful about children being able to see face to face a tiger, like in a zoo, in a safe place for the tiger and the child, or a giraffe, or just any kind of animal, because, you know, like Calvin said, when you see something in real life...
Am I in trouble?
When you can show somebody, especially a child, but just anybody, that
it's more impactful for a child, obviously.
Because you're showing them that this is a real living thing, and it has more impact than, like you said, a picture of a living thing, obviously.
Yeah, because there's no, like, you can't get the same feedback from a living animal that you can from a picture.
Yeah, like you
can't get the same feedback from a picture that you can from a living animal. Like, it doesn't trigger that
emotional response.
Empathetic response for you if it's just a picture.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same way that, like, human brains have a real hard time quantifying, like, how many 1,000 is and how many 1,000,000 and 1,000,000,000 is.
Yeah,
like,
that's why you have to
can't see it. We just
mm-hmm.
it's too far. Again, tangent.
Yeah, I might have to cut some of these tangents.
Yeah, probably will, because
there's a lot.
There wasn't a whole lot else that happened in this episode.
I did like Sokka's, briefly, because it doesn't really need to be talked about much more than briefly.
No.
Sokka's little foray into the world of poetry. Which, as someone who actually studied poetry in college, is a little bit like, step back, like, you know, like she actually was making these beautiful haikus, and Sokka was just saying stuff that was the right amount of lines for a haiku.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, and he thought he did something there.
Yeah.
Which it was amusing to watch. I like that he's interested in poetry in some way.
She was doing poetry. He was trying to have a rap battle.
Yeah. Except.
And they didn't really work out.
No.
But it does. I think probably the most important thing that it does for Sokka, it illustrates his ability to think on his feet.
Yeah. And I think that what's cool about Sokka is that he often displays, which I think this scene kind of highlighted, he often displays interest in things that aren't typically, like, manly. You know what I mean?
No,
like
yeah.
Like, they show him to be like, oh, he's a hunter, he's a fighter, he's all of these things. But
Sure.
guess what? He also is like, oh, poetry. This is cool. I want to sit and listen to this poetry class. Which I think a lot of times in shows, they don't allow for a character to have that sort of nuance to them. So I do appreciate that they show Sokka to be kind of like sometimes this dumb jock character, but then he has hidden depths, you know. So I think that that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, I think it's great too, because like you said, like a lot of characters aren't allowed to have the depth. You know, if they're like the main male character, then they have to be this, you know, super masculine tough guy, and you know, anything that is not like the super stereotypically masculine thing is, you know, portrayed to be like some kind of weakness or something to be ridiculed about. But like, that's just toxic for one, and
it is.
It shows
lack of understanding of people in their entirety.
Yeah, and I think it illustrates a unsustainable characteristic of really short-sighted, tiny-minded people.
No, I agree.
Who
and
think that you can only embody one aspect of masculinity, and everything else is to be ridiculed.
Yeah. I liked Zuko's scene, since you said that this episode is sort of like a standalone, just with moments that maybe didn't make it into the other episodes. I feel less suspicious of Jin now, because if she was just in this episode and that was just the entirety of the story, then I don't think that she was, had any ulterior purposes other than just...
I mean, not to say that there's no carryover, but these stories don't have, like, any overflowing plot. Or,
okay, because...
overarching, I should say, plot.
I think that...
With the exception of Momo's story.
Well, yeah, true. Which we do need to talk about in a second. But I was very suspicious. At first, I was just like, oh, it's cute. Like, she's just there because she likes you and you're being paranoid because you're like, why is this person looking at me? Because he doesn't, as we see in this episode, Zuko is very awkward around girls.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to say or what to do or anything, which, again, he's a teenager. That's totally normal. But it's very funny to see Zuko so far outside of his element,
Mm-hmm.
I do think it was stupid of him to light all of the lanterns in the way that he did. Like, that was, like, there's a bunch of... It was very foolish.
He can holler at his uncle for warming up the tea all he wants.
That was way more brazen.
But that was such a greater risk.
Yeah. But it's a cute moment, and he got maybe his first kiss. Unclear. But
he also gave, maybe, his first kiss.
So that was cute.
She kissed him.
And then he kissed her.
And then he kissed her back.
Very quickly. Although he almost messed that up with the whole, I have a coupon for you. I'm like, what are you doing?
I have something for you. It's a coupon for a free tea.
From my uncle.
My uncle said I should give it to you.
That was funny. But yeah, I feel a little bit better about that scene. I loved the tiny moment with him and Iroh at the end when he like comes and slams the door, and then Iroh's like, oh no, how did it go? And then he's like, it went good, thank you. Or whatever. He said something similar to that.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last thing that we should talk about, and I'm going to try to do it quickly because it's probably already really hella long, but is Momo. It was so cute how he got like the fur from Appa. I'm assuming when he was doing all that shedding, or I mean he sheds all the time, but I was just thinking of the episode where he was shedding and then that's how they were following them.
He was especially shedding
because he was like
that one episode because the seasons were changing.
It's like those husky dogs, right? Don't huskies have like...
Well, I mean, any kind of dog when the season changes.
I liked how he tied it around his wrist. It was sad. And he was like comforting himself with it. Oh, it was so sad. But then he made friends with the kitty cats. And then they were cuddling too. And it was so cute. Mm-hmm. But he did also, because cats are trackers. I don't know why I just thought Momo could like smell stuff and track it too. Like, I guess he's not that kind of animal.
Lemurs aren't typically like
tracking
super smelly kind of creatures, you know. They don't have tremendous senses or require a tremendous sense of smell.
Luckily,
they're more like big eyes,
big ears.
Big ears. They're meant to avoid predators, not
find them. But luckily for him, he made friends with the kitty cats, which I was really scared he was going to leave the cats in like the cage and they were going to get like eaten, because that's kind of what it seemed like was happening with those animals taken to that place.
Yeah,
which
definitely was the case.
No. And then I want them. Anyway.
Okay, we have 5 normal-sized cats. Those were big.
Anyway, they took him to a very Land Before Time moment with the footprint, and he just laid in it, and he was crying.
It was raining, but he, laid down.
But this is a hint. We at least now have, not a trail, because it was just the one footprint that we saw, but we know the last place that Appa was before he, at least one of, I don't know if it was the last place. We know a place that Appa was in Ba Sing Se. So it's the first hint of a trail that we've gotten. So I'm hoping that the next episode, Momo shows Aang and Sokka and Katara, and we can sort of go on the trail for Appa, because it has been way too many episodes since we have seen him, and I am honestly fucking mad about it. But
how many episodes has it been?
I am upset. It's been at least okay, so the desert is the episode that he was kidnapped in, right? And that was like episode 12. So it's been like 3 or 4. That's too many. That's like half a season.
It's not.
I mean,
It's not
technically
even,
we saw him
It's
in
not even a
this.
fifth of the season.
Technically, we saw him in this episode a little bit through Momo's dream, but it's not enough. Alright guys, I think that is all that we have to say about this episode. It was very emotional and very funny at the same time. Well, not at the same time. They were different times, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say. As always, if you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. And if you would like to see the next episode right now, go over to Patreon and you can. It is linked in the description below. And it is patreon.com/ say it, babe.
Carmen Young. Patreon.com/ Carmen Young.
Yes. And we will see you next week. Same bat time. Same bat channel.